Okay, I have to start this deep dive with a confession, and it's a humiliating one.
Oh boy.
Last night I sat down to send one email. Just one. Important, deadline, the whole deal. I opened my phone, saw a notification, and I thought, okay, I'll just clear the red dot.
Ah, the famous last
The
words.
next time I looked up, it was 1:15 in the morning. I lost 3 hours. Just poof,
Yeah.
gone. And I wasn't even watching anything important. It was like power washing videos and weird facts about fast food, and I could not stop. I felt like a lab rat.
Well, look, the first step is admitting you have a problem. But honestly, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You were a lab rat. We all are.
Okay, thank you.
What you experienced wasn't a failure of willpower. It was a triumph of engineering.
See, that's what I tell myself. I say, oh, these creators just got lucky, or, this video just happened to catch fire. But looking at the stack of research we have today, that's a complete lie, isn't it?
It is a comforting lie, yes, but
No.
a lie. The whole premise of this deep dive is that going viral has almost nothing to do with luck. It's a hard science.
A science.
Yeah, we're looking at sources covering retention engineering, the shareability system, and the psychology of viral hooks. We're basically going to look at the blueprint creators use to hack your dopamine receptors.
Hack is a strong word, but it feels right. The sources describe it as a machine designed to do two things. One, stop you from bleeding away viewers, which sounds kind of violent.
It does.
And two, turn you into a distribution node.
Exactly. It's not art. It's behavioral economics.
Okay.
And if we want to understand how you lost 3 hours, we have to start where the interaction begins. So before the video even plays, we have to talk about the wrapper priority.
So the title and the thumbnail, that's what you mean, right?
Technically, yes. But the research, it argues we need to stop thinking of them as just, labels for the video.
Okay.
The core thesis here is that the packaging is the product.
Okay, let's unpack that, because usually the packaging is just the box. You throw the box away.
Not in the attention economy. In this world, the video content itself is, well, it's secondary. The sources call the wrapper the gatekeeper of engagement.
The gatekeeper.
Think about it. You could have the most profound, life-changing video ever made. But if the wrapper doesn't earn that click, the content effectively doesn't exist. It's just dark matter.
It's the tree falling in the forest.
Precisely. And this is where so many smart people fail. They'll spend 99% of their time on the video and like 1% on the title.
Yeah.
The research suggests that ratio should be closer to 50-50
50-50, that feels excessive. Half your time on a thumbnail.
because the wrapper makes a promise. When you clicked on those power washing videos, you aren't consuming the cleaning yet. You are buying the promise of satisfaction.
Okay, but hold on. Isn't this just a fancy way of saying clickbait? If I see a rapper that promises you won't believe what happened and then the video is just garbage, I feel cheated.
Right. And that is a crucial distinction. The sources differentiate between clickbait and what they call click magnetism.
Click magnetism.
Clickbait creates a curiosity gap that the video then fails to close. That breaks trust. A click magnet, on the other hand, creates a massive curiosity gap that the video actually fulfills.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Take a boring topic.
Yeah.
Tax code. The most boring thing on earth. If I'm a creator using this science, how do I wrap that without lying?
Perfect example. Let's say your video is about understanding 401k contribution limits.
I am already asleep. I scrolled past that 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. The content is valuable. It could save you money, but the wrapper is informational. It's a textbook. To make it a magnet, you have to reframe it using a psychological trigger, like fear, curiosity, or a specific benefit.
So instead of understanding limits, it becomes what? The IRS hates this one trick.
A little cliche, but you're on the right track.
How about?
The 401k mistake costing you millions.
Okay, that stresses me out. I have a 401k. I don't want to make that mistake.
Right. Or, how about this one? Why I stopped contributing to my 401k.
Now I'm just confused. Because everyone says you should contribute. You've created a contradiction.
That's it. That's the curiosity gap. The content inside is still about contribution limits. The facts haven't changed. But you've changed the frame from here's some data to here is a mystery that directly affects your wallet.
It's amazing. I consider myself a pretty logical person, but I would click the 401k mistake costing you millions every single time. It just bypasses logic and goes straight to the lizard brain.
And that's the entire point. The wrapper is the sole gatekeeper. If your packaging is bad, the algorithm isn't suppressing you because it hates you. It's suppressing you because people aren't even opening the door.
Okay, so you've tricked my lizard brain. I've clicked. I'm in. Now we're into the video itself. This is where retention engineering kicks in, right?
Correct. And this is where the clock starts ticking fast. The sources use that term, retention engineering, to describe the process of stopping the bleed. And if you look at the analytics for most videos, it literally looks like a bleeding wound.
A massive drop off right at the start, the hockey stick going the wrong way. Exactly, the cliff. And the research says you have to fix these 3 seconds, not the first minute, the first 3 seconds.
3 seconds, that's not even enough time to breathe.
That's the window. That's what they call immediate psychological capture.
So the old school YouTube intro, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, that's completely dead.
That is absolute death. That is the quickest way to get a viewer to swipe away. The sources are really clear that in a feed environment like, TikTok, Shorts, modern YouTube, the viewer is in a state of rapid rejection. They're looking for any reason to leave.
And hey guys is a good reason.
It's the best reason.
So what does this immediate psychological capture actually look like? Let's stick with our tax video. The title is The 401k Mistake Costing You Millions. How do you start that video? Do I just sit at a desk and say hello?
No, way too static. To fix the first 3 seconds, you need a pattern interrupt. Visual movement, a surprising statement, a high-stakes scenario.
Okay, so maybe I'm holding a lighter up to a stack of cash. Yes, that's it, exactly. You open the video, no talking, just the sound of a lighter flicking and the edge of a $100 bill starting to burn.
Visceral, I get it.
And then your voice comes in. This is what you're doing every time you miscalculate your contribution limit.
Okay, yeah, I'm watching. I have to know why the money is burning.
You've just bought yourself time. You survived the 3-second cliff. But now you're entering the 10-second decision window.
It feels like a video game where the boss fights just keep getting harder.
It really is. The 3-second fix gets their eyes. The 10-second window is where they decide if you're trustworthy or if you're just annoying. Their subconscious is asking, is this actually going to pay off?
So you can't just keep burning money for the whole video.
No. You have to bridge that gap from the shock of the opening to the actual value. And this is where the anatomy of a viral hook comes in. The sources break this down into like a literal formula. It is not random at all.
And I'm guessing this is where we actually tell them what the video is about.
Yes, but you have to pass what they call the one-sentence test.
Which is?
Can you state the core promise of the video in one punchy sentence? If you ramble, they're gone. It helps you fix weak ideas before you even start.
So for our video, the sentence would be something like, I'm going to show you the hidden clause in the tax code that penalizes overcontribution. Something like that.
A little dry, a bit academic, Remember, we need rapid emotional investment. We have to make them care.
Okay, right. So how about, most people think saving more is always better, but I'm going to show you why saving too much is actually shrinking your retirement.
Much better. See what you did there? You just used the before-after method.
The weight loss commercial tactic.
Exactly. You contrast the state before the information thinking more saving is good with the state after realizing it could shrink your retirement. You've created a gap between what they think they know and a dangerous reality. The viewer feels this, compulsion to see that gap bridged.
It's just so structured. When I'm watching, it feels like a person just talking. But you're saying every single beat, every sentence is engineered to pull a psychological lever.
It has to be. Because if you confuse them for a second or bore them for a second, they're gone. The algorithm is ruthless because the audience is ruthless.
Speaking of the algorithm, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
We've hooked them. We've kept them watching. But the title of this is The Science of Going Viral. Retention isn't enough, is it? You can have great retention and still get, 1,000 views?
Correct. Retention creates a good video. But shareability creates a viral video. And this part of the source material was the most fascinating to me because it really deals with ego.
Ego? I thought we were talking about sharing funny cat videos.
We are. But why do you share the cat video? The shareability system argues that we don't share content just because it's good. We share it because it acts as a social tool.
A tool for what?
A tool for us, for the sharer. We use that video to signal something about ourselves to our tribe. The video is a utility.
That sounds incredibly cynical. So you're saying I don't send a video to my friend just to make them laugh? I'm doing it to, prove I'm funny?
Often, yes. Or to prove you're in the know. Or to prove you care. The research breaks this down into a few specific archetypes. There's the identity signal, the tribal badge, and the utility.
Okay, walk me through those. What's an identity signal?
That's when you share something to say, this is who I am. If you share a video about a complex scientific theory, you're not just sharing science. You're signaling, I am the kind of person who understands complex science.
Oh man, guilty. I've absolutely done that.
Everyone has.
Like, oh, look at this fascinating critique of brutalist architecture. I know nothing about architecture. I just want to look cultured.
Exactly. You're curating your own personal brand. Then you have the tribal badge. This is huge in politics, in sports. You share a video that validates your group's worldview. It says, I'm one of us, and look at how wrong they are.
Right. And the utility.
That's the life hack.
Yeah.
To share the video on how to peel garlic in 10 seconds, not because it's cinematic, but because it makes you look helpful. You are providing direct value to your network.
So let's go back to our tax video, the burning money. Why does that get shared? What lever are we pulling there?
That hits utility and identity at the same time. First, it's useful. Hey, don't lose money. That's the utility. But it's also high status. If I send you that video, I'm signaling that I'm financially savvy. I'm the friend looking out for your portfolio.
Wow.
It makes me look like the expert, even though I just found the video.
I'm outsourcing my intelligence to the video.
Precisely. And the creators who get this, who understand the shareability system, they don't just hope for shares. They engineer the video to be that tool. They ask, how does sharing this make the viewer look good?
It really is a formula. The sources call it the reach equation, right?
And it's simple math. Watch time plus shares in reach. Retention engineering solves the watch time part. The shareability system solves the shares part.
Okay.
And when you combine those two, when the algorithm sees people are glued to the screen and frantically sending it to their friends, that is when the floodgates open. That is virality.
This completely changes how I look at my feed. Because now when I see a video, I'm not just seeing like a story, I'm seeing a trap.
A trap, or just a well-designed product.
Both, I think. I see the rapper promising me a dopamine hit. I see the burning money in the first 3 seconds grabbing my lizard brain. I see the before-after hook dragging me in. And I see the social tool bait begging me to post it so I look smart.
And once you see the matrix, you can't unsee it. You realize that the videos that reach millions aren't necessarily the best in some artistic sense.
Right.
They're just the ones that best adhere to the laws of human psychology.
Which is, frankly, a little depressing. It feels like we've gamified human connection.
It's the reality of the attention economy. We have limited attention and infinite content. The only way to win is to understand how the brain filters information.
It makes me wonder about agency. We started this with me feeling guilty about losing 3 hours. But after this conversation, I feel like I didn't stand a chance. I brought a knife to a gunfight. I'm up against retention engineers and psychologists.
You are. And they have the data. They know exactly when you scroll, when you pause, when you share. They're optimizing that feedback loop in real time.
So for the listener who wants to create content for a business, a brand, whatever, the big takeaway here isn't be more creative.
No, not at all. It's be more structural. Don't guess. Use the system. Spend half your time on the wrapper. Engineer the first 3 seconds. Test your idea with the one-sentence test. And always ask, what does sharing this say about the viewer?
And for the listener who is just a consumer, who wants to stop losing sleep to power washing videos.
Recognize the hooks. When you feel that pull to click a crazy title, just name it. That's a curiosity gap. When you feel glued to a video because of the fast cuts, name it. Retention engineering. Sometimes just identifying the trick is enough to break the spell.
I see you, pattern interrupt. Not today.
Exactly.
This has been so illuminating and, yeah, slightly terrifying, but mostly illuminating. Before we wrap, is there one final thought from the research, something to leave us with?
There is one question that lingers for me. It stems from that packaging is the product idea. We talked about how the wrapper, the promise, gets the click. And we talk about how we share videos to signal our identity.
Right.
It raises a provocative question. Are we actually consuming the content anymore? Or are we just consuming the promises of content? I mean, if I click a video about being more productive, do I get the dopamine hit from the idea of being productive? If I share a video about being smart, do I feel smart without actually learning anything from it?
Wow. Are we just trading digital promises back and forth?
It's possible. We might just be scrolling through a feed of potential selves, touching them for a second, and then scrolling on to the next one without it ever actually changing.
That is, yeah, that's deep and a little existential. I think I need to go sit in a quiet room now without my phone.
Probably a good idea for all of us.
Well, thank you for walking us through the science behind the scroll. And to you listening, hopefully the next time you fall down a ratty hole, you'll at least know who dug it and why. Thanks for listening to the deep dive. We'll catch you in the next one.